Okay, if any of you live in Lisbon, you know how crazy the weather is here, and it's sunny one day, it gets rainy the other. So we're working with this light right now. And today I wanted to, so welcome back, friends. Today I wanted to talk about a really interesting topic, which is the topic of a dream life and how to get your dream life. Now, for the longest time, I've been watching these videos and manifestation tools to get to your dream life. And every time I see somebody make a vision board or talk about or make a list of their goals and aspirations for the future, it always includes these big milestones and these huge physical material things that they want to achieve, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm also somebody who really appreciates the physical gifts and, you know, tools because I'm also a Taurus. So I also really like this kind of things. But I think we have it a little bit wrong. So I want to show you a different approach and teach you a different approach to how to get to your dream life instead of just work, hustle, get the physical things you want, and then be happy. And so I think the first very important steps would be define what your dream life is for you. Not for somebody else, not what your parents want you to do, not what your friends are doing, not what your favorite YouTuber is doing, what you want to be doing and what you want to achieve, or physical things that you want to acquire. The second really important step to this, which I think is the most important step of all of these, would be to compare. So the way I pictured this when I was writing the script for this video was when we were children, we used to, I don't know if you used to that, but at least in my school, we used to have these two images. It was this exercise where we had two images and we had to compare and find the differences between the two pictures and then circle them. And I feel like this is how a lot of us as adults end up running through life. Basically, we look at our aspired reality and we look at where we're right now and we find what is different and what is different, the differences in those two realities. How are we not where we're supposed to be? And we run with that. I think this is the wrong way to approach life. I know I've done that for a long time and I know it doesn't get you anywhere. So remember this, the key second most important thing to getting exactly to where you want to be is to find similarities between your dream life and your current reality versus finding the differences. I guarantee you that there is for sure something that you're doing right now that your future self would also be doing in your aspired reality. Take a shot every time I say that. But anyway, so, and this is not a really easy thing to do. I'm saying this as if it's something really easy. It's not. It is something that you can work on. Again, there's a lot of exercises that you can do to do that, but I think it's something crucial to get to as well. So, and how do you do that? So one of the ways that I've been able to, basically this is like an Instagram filter. You, instead of using the black and white filter on Instagram, you start using something more colorful. And the reality is the same, however, you see it through a different lens. And that's why this step is so important, because you don't have to change anything. You don't have to achieve anything. You don't have to buy anything. The only thing you have to do for this step is change your perspective. And I think life is about perspective. Growth is about perspective. And when you change your perspective, you can get a different view of the view. You can get a different view of what is in front of you. And I think that's beautiful. So a way to do that is to realize what is limiting you from realizing that you actually have a lot of blessings in your life and that you actually have achieved a lot of things. And one of the tools I like to use is gratitude list. And this is something that I have been doing for a while now. I don't do it every day. I don't Sometimes I do it every month, sometimes I do it every week, sometimes I do it every day. It really depends on where I'm at in my life, but keeping a gratitude list of all the things that you're grateful in your life is very, very important and key to having this type of perspective shift to where you kind of see the life through I'm counting my blessings versus this is different and this is not as I want it to be. So, keeping a gratitude list, keeping a list of your goals. So, not only having a vision board, but also having a list of your goals that you can check and you can say, okay, I have arrived at this destination, I have checked this box. And going back in your journal or in your calendar or in your agenda and looking at what you have done already and how far you've come is also really important for perspective. So not only trying to be grateful for the things you have right now, but also be grateful for how far you've come. And so this is something I realized the other day about where I'm at right now. And I was so if you don't know, I'm taking a master's degree, and I always bring all of my analogies back to this because it is something that really changed me, which is my higher education. I am taking a master's degree in medical microbiology, and I realized the other day that maybe I'm not having the grades I would like to have. And I was a little bit sad, and how do I say this? It wasn't sad, it was more like disappointed in myself. And I kept thinking, why am I always one step behind in my learning process? And so I'm taking a master's degree and I only have the knowledge of a bachelor's student. And then I talked to my sister and she told me this is how learning goes. This is how you should be. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I was really disappointed in myself for no reason. So instead of being really hard on myself, really talking down on myself that, okay, you're not grasping these concepts, you should be already getting this material, why is it so difficult for you? I started shifting my perspective to, okay, you already have a bachelor's degree, you know something. Maybe you don't know this program, but it's okay because you're learning. But I focused on looking back and being grateful for having completed a bachelor's degree, and instead of focusing on the fact that I still have to learn all of this information to finish my master's degree. And this is something that I'm still working on. So as you can see, it is something that it's difficult to implement, but it's possible. Instead of looking at differences, look at the similarities. And also, point number 3, be grateful for, make a gratitude list and express your gratitude daily for where you're at and for how far you've come. Because it's not only about your current reality, it's also about all of the past things that happened for you to arrive at this current reality. And now I want to move into the number, I lost count, I think it's 5 or 6, I don't know, which is to loosen the grip. And this is really difficult, especially if you are somebody born in the 90s or late 90s. We have this hustle culture really ingrained in our belief system, especially like if you've grown up with your parents in the 90s or late 90s, when climbing the corporate ladder is very much the goal and the standard of living. But I think more and more we're starting to realize that it's not about how much you do, it's if you're doing what really fulfills you. And okay, you can work 9 to 5 and you can hustle and you can not have any time for yourself, no time to relax, but is that really going to get you to where you want to be. So if this is what you want, great, perfect, do it, nothing against it. But I believe that that's not what people want. And I also believe that no person that has spent their whole life working a 9 to 5 has, become a millionaire. Okay, maybe they have a house or two. Maybe actually most of the times they only have one house. They have their children, they have financial security. They live a great life, but they're not maybe at the level of where you would imagine to want to be. That also comes with other steps that you can take, but loosen the grip, relax, take some time for yourself, playtime. So implementing playtime has really, really gotten me to where I want to be in my journey, and really having this. So what is play? Actually, first to say what is playtime. Playtime would be, okay, this is a designated time to do something that has no end goal. You're just doing it for the fun of it. You're just having fun. So that is what playtime is. So painting, writing, um, going on a bike ride, maybe skate rolling. This is something, I'm just saying things that I would like to do. Skate rolling, ice skating, all of these things, you name it, what your favorite things are to implement as playtime. And really relax, because historically, again, I have never been able to get a breakthrough, get some inspiration or any of that while I've been actively pushing against the grain. It's not really possible, because if you're constantly on the go, if you're hard at it, working, no time for yourself, then that's what your reality becomes. Just your 9 to 5. I know when I work in the summer, I always do, or used to do, very difficult waitress jobs in the summer, and every time I would get into the routine, it would be basically just me working and sleeping. Really relax, take time for yourself, and realize that you don't have to be constantly hustling and constantly going at it and pushing against the grain to get to where you want to be. Appreciate where you're at and make a gratitude list. Compare your life to the life that you aspire to have in a different perspective, looking at the similarities versus the differences. And most importantly, realize that your dream life is right now. Okay, so this is my thoughts on getting your dream life. Basically, your dream life is right now, and you can be happy with what you have right now. And instead of living in the future and always going after the things that you want and never feeling like you're living your dream life, realize that you can do it right now. It's a choice. It's a set of things that you can do and implement. It's easy and it's worth it. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.